Alright, sorry for the wind noise. Let's crank this 119 up and see how she runs. Alright, we're deep in the bowels of the 119 and we're going to start this 350 up. I tried to start it the other day. I think it's got a plug fuel filter, so we're going to go for we're going to go and fill the float bowls up. It's a Holly double pumper, or not a Holly double pumper, sorry, it's a Holly 4-barrel. I'm not sure where they raced an engine with a 4-barrel on it, but anyway, we're going to go through this vent hole here and fill up the float bowl, and it should start a little better and run. I think it's got a fuel filter right here, if I'm not mistaken. I'll follow some lines around here and check it out. You see that? The fuel pump's no good. One of the two. That looks like a fairly new fuel pump down in there, but I'm not 100% sure. I think that's a fuel filter right there. So something's plugged. We'll make it run. Now I'm not going to run it too long because the oil pressure line here, that was for a gauge and it's not hooked up, so it's spewing oil a little bit. So okay, let's get our bottle here. I'm probably going to have to put you guys down to do this. I definitely can't really see what I'm doing that much. That's probably too much gas. It's leaking all over. Hose down the back for. Alright. So much traffic noise, guys. Let's have to put up with it. Alright, let's get in here and get her done. Alright. My son driving around his car with his thing. That's always good for. This is all gotta go. This Mickey Mouse key system. And let's move my gasoline somewhere other than there. Okay, let's try it. Hopefully it's not in here. Staying up here a little bit just for safety. All right. Woohoo! Cold. Welcome to Canada. Float bowl sounds like it's dry still. I got no pumpage action. You see oil coming out, oil pressure switch. It's just flooding out. Let's try that. Give her a little drink. Flamey flamies. You can't really see me, but that's alright. Woo! Sounds healthy. Now I think the fuel filter is toast, but it's misfiring. I got oil spewing all over the place. Woo! Yeah, it's definitely not pumping fuel. Totally dry, and I put some in the float bowl here. Well, I'm assuming that it's not the same as a small block, so maybe we can't dump fuel through the vent like quarter jet used to be able to do that with. Uh-oh. Connection problem. Oh, that might end our excitement for today. Let's pull the battery cable, terminal end out of there. Kids harass me with his mini bike. Let's see if that'll help. Keep my face out of there. Yeah. I think, well, it's one way to find out. Let's take the fuel hose off here. It's misfiring, but you get the idea. Okay, let's find out why it's not getting fuel up there. Being harassed by a mini bike. Okay, we're gonna do this all in one shot, guys. It's not the best video I'm going to make here, but you know, it's going to start, and we'll have a closer look at the steering. Pretty sure that might be a fuel filter. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what kind of line that is. Okay. Oh, that's bodge. Okay, let's turn it over. We got no fuel here, so I'm thinking that fuel pump is no good. Or the fuel pump, the rod is stuck down, but that doesn't usually happen. Not on these. Alright, we're going to crank it and watch right here. I'm going to give it a little juice so it's kind of half-ass starts. Yeah, I'm thinking that vent right there doesn't go down in there, not like a quarter jet. That's why I couldn't get it keep running. Does that ever sound mean? I get the thing to stop missing. Okay. So I don't know if you can see me or not, but we're not pumping fuel right here, so there is a problem with the fuel pump. Either it needs a fuel pump or it's not going to siphon down there. Who knows? I think we'll go ahead and order a fuel pump for it. Let's take the cable end off. Let me get out here and we'll have a little talk. Or grab the camera and we'll have a little talk in here. Okay, so it's not pumping any fuel, so it probably needs a fuel pump. It's dried up. Sometimes those rubbers in there get all hard and cracked. Either it's just because they got the fuel up too high. Should still suck it from up there. So we're going to order our new fuel pump this week for it. And I might even have one in the garage, but for the price of a fuel pump for this thing, I think they're only like 35 bucks. We're going to put one on it. Then we're going to come back and try to start it, but we're going to put an oil pressure gauge on it too, because it's mini bike. And we're going to put a oil pressure gauge in it so we can see what kind of pressure we're getting. And it might even hook up the gauges to the cab. It's only like a short distance where the firewall is, so we may do that. And definitely don't want it to start and run all this freaking oil spewing all over the place. I mean, I have a Princess Auto Special we can put in the back cab. Here's the battery box. There's the wood stove. It's mounted in there, so I'll put the gauges up in here somewhere, probably on this side. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, this is the side of the road we sit on in the car, so we'll put it here, or in the middle. Probably be a good idea. You can see it. You can see that pipe's got a hole in it right there, so we need to fix that. And you get a hole up here. We need to fix that. So it needs a lot of work, but we'll get there. Let's go look at the steering. This ignition switch, well, that's a good idea, I guess. I can probably reuse that switch, but these wires are going to have to be extended longer and put the switch back in the cab eventually. But yeah, it's an older 350 engine cammed up, but what it's got in it, who the hell knows? It's probably a 4-bolt main at one point. Okay, so I have a power steering pump at work that'll work on this. I'll have to go here, I'll have to get another belt for it. So it goes in there. That's not the hard part. Hard part's going to be mounted a dissimilar power steering box to this frame. Here's the front axle over here. So I'm gonna have to mount it underneath there, which I can see he's already put a plate, so it's probably not gonna be hanging down far enough, so we'll have to address that too. So I'm gonna have to probably put a plate on the, you can't even see where I'm pointing, on the inside of this frame, and then bolt it to it. Let's go look outside now. Okay, so the front tire is a lot bigger and probably, excuse me, probably too big for the front because it almost hits that. But I'm counting on, if I put the power steering box on the front axle, that back one should just follow suit, like a lot of you said. It'd be like a set of dollies. Here he comes again. I'm getting harassed today. I'm hoping that if I just put the power steering box on the front, the back will follow suit. Just the cheapest way I can go right now. I don't want to put a lot of money into it until I get it moving. So we'll have to mount the box on this side of the frame underneath here. And there was a spot up front where you put a gusset plate. So I think some of these holes right here could be drilled for it, but I have to go to Wreckers and find the steering link that goes between the power steering box and the front linkage. Once that's hooked up, the steering part is easy, the pump and that. Again, I kick him out of the field. Running the hoses will be easy. I'll put a GM pump on it, and I'll use I'll double flare a line to lengthen the pressure line going into the box. The return line is nothing. It'll take a 3/8 tranny line, like a rubber stuff, neoprene, or what do you want to call it? Rubber, neoprene, whatever. All right, so it turns out this is a 31 Chevy Coupe, and that's not a VIN number, that's a body tag, and I ran the numbers here, and that's what it turns out to be. There would have been a secondary VIN plate here somewhere, possibly right here, but it's missing now, so we'll have to deal with it. We gotta move this out of the way today. And this gotta move off my lawn too. And this one's gotta go inside. Okay, let's light this boiler. No newspaper. Oh, the sun put the sticks in, so they're not 100% the way they should, but it'll work. Let's see if these leaves will light. Probably not. Dog's not happy. Oh, can't get that door open anymore. Let's reach in here and get this. Doesn't seem to want to go too badly. There we go. Give that a minute. Woohoo! First time I ever lit a boiler. Get some smoke coming out of there. I'm not going to say choo-choo because that's not my saying, but you know, whatever. Oh, the drafts are all seized in the front of the fireplace. Oh, see right there? Oh, the door is seized. These things are all seized up. Oh, a little bit of oil. Got a good draft though. It's got a nice sound too.
Did you use matches?
A lighter. I'll make it flow better by shutting the door, but I won't be able to see it. Well, I was hoping it's going to light that wood on fire, but I shoved all the leaves too far back. Now it's going. Oh, we got choo-choo at the top. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to say it. Yeah, we'll be ready to roll in about an hour. We'll have steam pressure. Right. That's cool. All aboard the crazy train. Who's on board? Alright, so that's startup. It needs a fuel pump. We determined that. Unless the line's got blockage. You never know, something might have went up in there and made a nest. That's possible. But for the price of the fuel pump, I think I'm just going to put a new one in and be over it, and we'll start it up again. We're going to have to go to the wreckers maybe next weekend and see if we can find a 90s Cherokee or 88, 89. Try to get that. There's a piece of linkage missing from the steering box. There's not missing out the steering box. All those little things, I got to find them, and then once you get the box mounted, I'm pretty sure that rear wheel is going to follow the front. The tire's not as big, so it should follow it around. But anyway, that's the startup. It sounds good. It was misfiring, mind you, but it's got all new plugs on it, so it shouldn't be that hard to get going once we get the fuel pump working. Because you've seen Bull Woods fired up before and it was running fine, so it'll run again fine. Just a matter of time. And I think I'm going to put the oil pressure gauge. It's going to go in here somewhere so I can see. Maybe right in the middle will probably be a good idea. Make a bump out for the middle. And then I want to build something else on here and then put the ship's wheel in here to steer it. But first thing first, get it running. And we got to get it some kind of steering on it. And then we're going to run tranny lines and see if that transmission's any good. It still needs a cross member put in there with a tranny mount. That's not hard at all, that part. The steering by far is going to be the hardest. The brakes will be easy to do. It may only stop on the front brakes. I don't know yet. We got 4 calipers and rotors up front, and the back is just drum brakes on the back. So we could possibly make everything work. We'll see how far we get. No promises. I still got other shit to do, and like a lot of my other projects, I hope this one doesn't get put on hold. But I was thinking about taking the engine out and putting that T-bucket. It's tempting, but then this will just sit here. So let's get this moving first, and we'll go from there. Anyway, guys, if you want to see more of this or other crazy shit, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Remember, hit that little bell up top.